Prep and Prosper Property Solution. Let's talk about NSpires, and let's do a mock one. First thing your inspector is going to do is going to check the unit number, ensure your entry points, and ensure that it's on his report. Now, his report is going to be based on their HUD numbers that they have based on the unit size that you have. But most inspectors are similar to home inspectors to where they're going to follow the same thing. They're going to follow a path. If you look, we're going to go right along the right side of the unit and the walls. So they're going to typically stay in a certain area. They're going to check to ensure, you don't have to turn these up all the way high, but they're going to make sure that there is at least heat coming from these appliances. Exhaust fans work, lights are working. Now with the doors, they're going to make sure a certain percentage of your cabinet doors are actually fine. Big thing this year, of course, is your GFCI outlets near water source. You're going to want to make sure 6 feet. If you notice, this is going to be a discrepancy. Also, they're going to check water damage, leaks. Going to ensure that the water is running. Temperature of the hot water, along with the sprayer. Make sure your oven's off. Cabinet doors are closed. As I mentioned, they're going to go down a path. Anywhere there's outlets, they're going to check. If you have an open outlet, he's going to check it. All inspectors are different. Going to check the access, especially if you own the refrigerators or your appliances. Seals, how they function. So I mentioned before, he's going to stay on the path. He's going to check this. Any of your tiles, exhaust. Now, some inspectors typically will start and do kitchen, bathrooms, and then they'll come back for the rooms. Let me just show you guys. Also, you want to make sure your doors function and close, open and close easy. Locks, lights, open and close. Bathrooms, toilet. You want to make sure it doesn't move. Do the wiggle test. You're going to need a stopper. Get you a stopper here. It's going to be a discrepancy. It could be those plastic ones or the one that comes with it. Here, make sure that functions. Hot water here, make sure it drains properly. He's going to check how quick it drains. To check your stoppers, make sure they function. Your shower. If you're older property and have pool cords are huge. Make sure your pool cords are functioning. Check all your tiles, water spots. All outlets. Depending on your HVAC systems. Any outlet. Any outlet. They're mainly checking your electrical outlets. These are going to need to be fixed or repaired. Depending on what floor you're on, you want to check your windows. We're up high enough to where these, they won't check these, but you want to make sure you're functioning. Have good locks, open and close, have screens. Blinds are in good shape. Again, if you can notice, they're following a path, and then it's going to lead us directly back outside. It makes it easier for a lot of you guys to know what you've missed or know what you've checked. Start on one side of the room. Make sure your thermostats, they're not necessarily checking those, but you want to make sure that they're up, they're not hanging from the wall. No exposed wire, and exposed wires is huge. Don't think just because he's going to skip the outlets or she may skip the outlets. So they're going to check to make sure all your smoke detectors, if they're required, they are. Carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide detectors. Prep and prosper. Thank you.